Today we're diving into a real-life driving mystery. Our destination is Wolverhampton, a city with a statistic that is just a total head-scratcher. It's officially the hardest place in the entire UK to pass your driving test, and we're going to figure out exactly why.
So let's just cut right to the chase here. This number isn't just a statistic, it's years and years of frustration for so many learner drivers. Basically, if you book your test in Wolverhampton, the odds are stacked against you from the start. The massive question is, why?
I mean, just look at that number, 33%. That is shockingly low, and this isn't just a one-off bad year. Year after year, Wolverhampton holds this title as the toughest place in the country to get your license. So what on earth is really going on?
Okay, to get to the bottom of this, we're going to approach this like a real detective story. We'll check out all the usual suspects, the test center, the roads, maybe even the examiners, and we're going to rule them out one by one until we find the real culprit. And believe me, the answer is not what you'd expect.
So, like any good mystery, you've got to start with the obvious suspects, right? When you see a pass rate that's this abysmal, a few immediate ideas come to mind.
The first things that pop into your head are, maybe the examiners are just notoriously strict. Or, hey, maybe the local driving instructors just aren't preparing their students well enough. But the most common theory, the one you hear all the time, is that the roads themselves are just an impossible nightmare. All logical places to start, for sure, but the real story is so much more interesting.
All right, so let's kick off this investigation right at the source, the test center itself. Is there something about the building or the setup that's immediately setting people up to fail?
And right away, we hit our first major plot twist. The test center, it's actually really nice. Our source gave it a pretty high rating. It has everything you'd want to feel relaxed before a test. A big waiting room, plenty of facilities, and a huge car park so you're not stressing about finding a spot. It's literally designed to make you feel comfortable, not to psych you out.
So yeah, the verdict on the test center is a definite not guilty. We can cross that one right off the list of suspects. The problem is not the building. Our investigation moves on.
Okay, on to suspect number 2. And this is the one everyone points to, the roads. This has to be it, doesn't it? The test routes must be just loaded with tricky junctions and confusing layouts that are designed to catch learner drivers out. And here's another massive surprise. Our source, who actually went and drove an official test route, came back and said this, not just not hard, but one of the easiest routes he's ever reviewed. I mean, this just completely flips the script on what we thought was going on.
And when you break down the route, it all checks out. The road leaving the test center is simple. The main roads are nice and wide with perfectly reasonable speed limits, and all the junctions are just standard. There are no secret traps, no disgustingly hard roundabouts. Even the traffic isn't bad enough to explain a 33% pass rate.
Okay, so let's recap. The test center is fine. The roads are easy. Both of our main suspects have now been cleared. This is where the mystery really starts to get deep. If it's not the infrastructure, we've got to start looking for something a lot less obvious. Now, before we get to the big reveal, there's another really interesting piece to this puzzle, and it kind of points to the city's overall driving culture. Because while the test routes for learners are surprisingly simple, the rules for professional drivers, well, that's a whole different story. And check out this contrast, it's pretty wild. For learners, things are kept straightforward. But for the pros, the city council has this whole laundry list of incredibly strict regulations, everything from knowing specific traffic acts to getting criminal record checks. It shows that, at least on paper, the city takes driving standards very seriously. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
All right, so if the roads are fine and the test center is great, where does that leave us? Well, the biggest clue of all didn't come from a map or some dusty rulebook. It happened in a split-second, unexpected moment, right on the road.
This was the aha moment. Our guy was doing a totally normal merge and turn maneuver, where cars take turns filtering into one lane, and another driver just completely lost it. Started blaring the horn, getting super aggressive, refusing to let them in. Just a totally uncalled for, hostile reaction to someone driving by the book.
And this right here is the whole story in a nutshell. You've got the theory of how driving should work, cooperatively, smoothly, and then you have the reality of how it often works in Wolverhampton. A simple, efficient merge becomes this: high-stakes, stressful showdown.
And there it is. That's the solution to our mystery. The real problem isn't the test, it's not the roads, and it's not the examiners. It's the other drivers. Learners in Wolverhampton are being tested on their ability to navigate a chaotic, unpredictable, and sometimes aggressive environment created by everybody else on the road. So once you realize this, it changes everything. It completely reframes what it means to be test-ready in Wolverhampton. You see, it's not just a test of your technical driving skills.
So let's just tie this all together. The infrastructure, the test center, the roads, it's not the problem. The real challenge is the other people. To pass your test here, you need more than just knowing how to do a three-point turn. You need serious confidence, you need excellent defensive driving skills, and you need the mental fortitude to handle the unexpected. It's less of a driving test and more of a people test.
Which leads us with this big final question, right? For anyone learning to drive in Wolverhampton, the challenge isn't just about mastering the car. It's about mastering human interaction in a place where not everybody is playing by the same rules. So how do you even begin to prepare for a test like that?